Universal basic income. Elon's like, I support you basic income. And they're like, hey, we want, more robots. Elon's like, you should see how advanced Tesla's robots are. Call response. Okay, Elon's money, where did he make it from? He is the fundamental primary contractor of the United States, okay? My dad co-founded SpaceX. I grew up knowing Elon, blah, 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 Elon. A lot of personal stories about him. He's not a good guy. He does not have America's best interest in his heart. He makes all his money off of war. He's got sham. He's trying to drive an electrical business that is destroying lithium in South America. Okay, it's empowering China, who controls most of the lithium. I wonder why. Right now he buys Twitter. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you think that's going to change anything? That's a centralized platform. What's that going to do? Swap kings, Russian roulette. Here we go. Next, right? I mean, it's cool. It's nice to see that people are looking at it, but I mean, everybody being so excited about it is kind of a little worrying. Like, guys, are you not looking through what's happening right now? He's controlled opposition completely, right? He did a little bit with pumping and dumping, but I mean, he pumped and dumped Bitcoin. I mean, who the fuck does that? He pumped and dumped Doge. He called himself the CEO of Doge too. I mean, come on. The guy's just, I think maybe in the beginning he thought he had good intentions, but if you look back, he didn't even really do that well with PayPal. He actually was a silent board member. He got kicked off. He was a silent, because he just was incompetent, technically, right? So his competence comes from his employees, the people that he's able to take from other people, right? Trying to buy Twitter to make free speech, I think, what Aaron and Kingsley are doing is a hell of a lot better than what Elon's doing, right? Because they're actually building something that can't be taken over. They're working on making it immutable. They're making it decentralized, right? That's the most important thing. Just buying some big corrupt platform, for one, software can't be easily modified once you've got that many users, okay? So it's going to stay the same platform. He's got all these new shadow ban tools now, though. Who's he going to use it on? And now everybody thinks that Elon's here to save the day, right? And that's what everybody thinks, and that's the fucking problem. Pardon my language, is we don't need a savior, okay? When everybody looks at it like, oh, Elon's going to save us, it's nice to think that, then you can go drink your shot of whiskey and feel better and go to bed and have that hopium and wake up in the morning. It's like, oh, shit, you got to have another shot or whatever, It's just, we don't need that because that's what's created the problems. That's what's created all of the problems. Is everybody's looking at one person to solve it, right? We need to solve this together, and we solve it by changing these flaws in our thinking. One of the fundamental flaws in our thinking is, I'm not worth it. I can't. I'm not valuable. Oh, that's too much for me. Oh, no, I'm not smart enough. Those are the flaws in thinking. That's what we're programmed to think, right? Because if you weren't, you're a bad slave. Bad slave. Stop thinking. Stop. No, you can't. You're not good at it, okay? Don't do it. No, there's experts here, okay? They know, you don't. You don't have the money to go through college. They do. They went through the indoctrination camp already. No, you don't know. It's not mainstream. It's a conspiracy theory. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it happens, right? So that's the fundamental flaw in our thinking that I think we really need to assess. You are worth it. You're fucking here, okay? You're all here. We're all here. We're all worth it. We have just different values to give. We just don't always know them immediately, right? But if we're always so afraid to do something because we're afraid of being rejected or we're afraid of not being good enough, then we're never going to know them. Because we're never going to put them out there and be like, oh, I fucked up. Okay, I'm going to try something else, right? We gotta be aware of those things, right? And that's the thing that I've seen that drives so much of these crypto projects too. Is like, oh no, Vitalik knows. He's the only guy that knows. Everybody that comes to me and is like, oh man, I'd love to be able to code like you. I'm like, you can. And I was like, yeah, shut up, code. He was, no, I can't. I'm like, yeah, you can. I'll show you. If you want to know, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, we'll go. Just trust me, we'll have some fun too. Danny knows what I'm talking about.
Right there, you can have it.
There you go. So, yeah, I mean, fundamentally, yeah, these are the things and some of the philosophies that I really wanted to bring to attention to everybody, right? We don't want to make another megalomaniac empire, right? We don't want to make something that creates more of the same problem, just with a different technological framework, right? We need to create a meritocracy where people are rewarded based on their work, right? Where people are rewarded based on what they're capable of doing, so that we inspire more capability rather than incapability. Because the world right now is really inspired by incapability, right? I mean, it's just who has the money and who has the money to give the money and who can bring who in and who has the connections and whatever else, and that breeds all this incompetence. I mean, corrupt people are the most incompetent ones. They're just really competent at corruption, but they're incompetent about everything else. So, take some of these words, think about them, feel them if you feel them, or not. Tell me to shut up if you don't believe it. I don't care, whatever. I'm here to say it. But, just know that you guys are worth it, right? We're all here. We're all here. This automatically is just, you can't be here and not be worth it, right? We're all valuable. We just have different gifts to give. So look in yourself and find your gifts, man. And, look at what you want to see the world become. And, do something about it. Whether that's picking up a piece of trash or building a new platform, right? You know, if you don't have the capability to do it, don't stop there. The only way you can ever fail is if you give up, right? You don't fail when you fall down when you learn to walk. You do fail though if you fall down and you just stay down. You never get up again, right? That's failure, right? So if you just keep getting up, you might have to get up a little more than some people, you know? We all have different things to learn, but just don't ever give up, man. And, you know, look at that and hold that vision in your heart and get to know yourself. And if you're not capable of doing it, you know, make yourself capable. Put in the work and, you know, you can do anything.
Thank you, Colin. Oh, and we've got Alex Martin from Float